What's going on YouTube? Paul Piper here, and today we have another pipe tobacco review, and we're going to be reviewing one of my personal favorites, Sir Walter Raleigh. And it's one of my personal favorites as an everyday smoke. It's not something that is really going to thrill you or impress anybody, but as far as a good, consistent pipe tobacco, something that you're going to get a lot of bang for your buck and a lot of enjoyment out of, I don't think you can do much better than Sir Walter Raleigh. The original mixture, the non-aromatic. They have the aromatic version, which is good as well, but if you compare the two, this is my personal favorite between the two. Now, a little bit about Sir Walter Raleigh pipe tobacco. It's been around since, I believe, 1927, so a good long while. It was originally manufactured by Brown & Williamson, and today, as you can see from the back of the pouch here, it is manufactured in the United States. That's a good thing. By Scandinavian Tobacco Group Lane Ltd. in Tucker, Georgia. I assume that it's 100% American burley tobacco. I could be incorrect. Maybe they import some foreign leaf. I don't know. But I would assume, since we're talking about pipe tobacco, that it is 100% American burley tobacco. So that's good. Now, as far as presentation, you've got the man himself, Sir Walter Raleigh, featured there, and the orange and black with the white lettering. So this has kind of been the logo for as long as it's been in publication. They did kind of the plaid there, as you can see in the middle. That was kind of a big thing in the old foil bags and that sort of thing, the pouches that they used to put inside cardboard boxes. That was featured. But now that Scandinavian Tobacco Group, Lane Ltd. has it, this is what the tobacco comes in. It is 1.5 ounces. It's going to run you anywhere from $4 to $6, I think, depending on where you're at. So, pretty affordable, over the counter, readily available pipe tobacco. Now let's go ahead. As you can see, you have an adhesive strip on the back. You open it up, and there he is again. And a lot can be said about Sir Walter Raleigh. He was a very successful English privateer. Sailed all over the world, and actually started the first English settlement. It was an unsuccessful English settlement in Roanoke in the Carolinas. And if you read up on what happened to that community, it's a mystery. Nobody knows. Did they die of disease? And were the bodies taken away by animals? There really wasn't a whole lot of remnants of them when they came back to the colony. And did they get absorbed into the local Indian community? Nobody quite knows. There's a lot of different stories that go along with that. Interesting topic to research when you got some free time, if you're so interested. But Sir Walter Raleigh himself is very interesting, a close personal friend, possible lover, I believe, of Queen Elizabeth. Interesting fellow, and check him out sometime, or just pick up his pipe tobacco and light up a bowl in his memory. Now, this is an older pouch I've already smoked. This, like I said, this is one of my favorites. I smoke quite a bit of this. And I always get not only does it look like granola, Not only does it look like granola, I think it smells like granola. With a little bit of a honey, maybe a very, very light molasses, like sugary topping. I always think it kind of smells like honey, but others are free to disagree. It has I think they call the cut like a crimp cut, somewhat like a cube cut. It's very, very small leaf, packs very easily, and you know, part of the reason why I really enjoy it. The other nice attribute is, you know, I think that it does have a decent amount of PG, propylene glycol, but compared to the other over-the-counter blends, it's pretty pure. So you don't get that chemical flavor that you do with some of the others. So let's go ahead and light up a bowl. I pre-packaged it here, or pre-packed it, I should say. And I got another estate pipe. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't all have to spend tons of money on high dollar Savinellis or Dunhills or whatever. This one is a Carry Magic Inch, and it was made in London, England. So it's a billiard, a smooth billiard. You know, I picked it up and it wasn't in too bad a shape. Sometimes you go to the antique stores and that sort of thing, and their pipes are pretty well toasted. So you know, if they're not too bad, I pick them up, I clean them out, and you know, I get further enjoyment out of them. So let's go ahead and light it up. Grab your pipe lighter, and let's enjoy a bowl together. Now, if you notice, this is a Zippo, just kind of standard pipe lighter, and you see it looks a little bit different. It's got a larger area in the middle, so you can see that, than the regular cigarette lighters for Zippo. And as I light it, you can see it doesn't go through the top, it comes out the side. And the reason for that is so that you can hold it on its side, you can light and pull the flame down into the tobacco. So you're drawing in the air into the pipe, you're pulling that flame down, and you're lighting the tobacco in that bowl without singeing the top of the pipe or the briar. So for $20 or whatever they cost nowadays, I've had this for probably 15 years or so. You know, pick one up, fill it up with lighter fluid every so often, and then it's something that you can keep, and it, you know, looks a lot nicer, even though this is kind of just a plain one, than you know, some disposable thing that you might buy. Now, Sir Walter Raleigh is very good in the morning with a cup of coffee, and I like my coffee black, dark roast, you know, something pretty substantive, and it just pairs beautifully with Sir Walter Raleigh. So, you know, it'll liven up your day a little bit, wake you up. And I think you'll enjoy it. As far as the aroma is very old-fashioned, pipey, grandpa esque smell to it. I really think that it has a very good aroma. Flavor you get as you get with a lot of burley. I mean, there's going to be like a grassiness to it. You're not going to get that chemical aftertaste, or you'd have to puff pretty hard, I think, to have tongue bite or have it burn you. It'll treat you well. It's a good tobacco to light up when you're working in the yard or commuting to work, taking a stroll, something where you're not really reflecting a whole lot on the different subtleties of the different types of tobacco, because all it is straight burley. So there's really no surprises with it. There's no intricacies with it. But they used to have a motto in the early days. You can see some old porcelain signs from Sir Walter Raleigh with it. It said, "Sooner or later, your favorite tobacco." And that's kind of where I started with it. First bowl, I was like, that's not bad. But the more often I revisited it, the higher it moved up in the echelon of my favorites. So it's now my favorite everyday pipe tobacco. So now we run a little bit longer than usual on the actual tobacco portion. I want to talk a little bit today about another hot topic in the news. It's just, and culturally, it's the PC culture, our politically correct culture, which has kind of run amok here for quite a while. I know if you watch South Park on Comedy Central, they do a pretty good job poking fun at some of the ridiculous aspects of PC culture, and I'm glad that they do, because so many other segments, mainstream media, a lot of people, political leaders, even corporate leaders, very, very much slaves to PC culture. And what that does is it limits, when you're worried about offending somebody, you silence everybody. So somebody's hurt feelings, one person hurt feelings that you might offend, that's too much. The cost of that outweighs the benefit of having free and open discussion, having people say what they truly think. And that's not, in my mind, I think free speech is one of the most sacred, most important aspects of Western society, and in particular American culture, and the foundation of this country, the First Amendment, freedom of speech. It's very important, and we have to, as a society, we have to do everything that we can to protect it, to preserve it. We may not like what somebody over there is saying, but we need to defend their right to say it, and make sure that we are not pressured and silenced, that we're always able to speak up. And through that open dialogue and that freedom, hopefully we will perfect the best form of government and of society and culture. But it's critical. And politically correct culture is a cancer. It's horrible. So it's going to take each of us. And today we have, a lot more opportunities to reach people, just like with these YouTube videos. you know, you have a cell phone or whatever, camcorder, you can make a video, you can potentially reach tons of people. And so it's a powerful tool. So we have to do what we can, and it can start in every day. I mean, you know, you go to work, you go out wherever, and you hear all these instances where people are not free to say what they think. And you know, you need to speak up collectively, together, to encourage open dialogue and freedom of speech. It's crucial. So that's my soapbox for the evening. Listening to some good big band music, something that I enjoy. I also like classic country, if you notice from listening to my other videos. Good music, good tobacco, Sir Walter Raleigh. Pick it up, try it out. I think you'll enjoy it. And if you like this video, you know, please go down, like, subscribe to my channel, check out some of my other videos. And until next time, it's been Paul Piper. Have a good evening.